And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're taking a closer look at the SCOPE Act. It went into effect Sunday, which requires minors to get parental consent before creating a social media account. Last week, a judge blocked provisions that would force social media companies to filter out harmful content. It's still not clear if those companies will comply with the new state requirements here in Texas. Joining us to talk about it, parents Angela Vidal, Jay Bradley, and Cami Hoyza, the founder of Social Media Club. So, Cami, first of all, tell us, which age group does this affect? What's the limit? And if they violate the rule, are there any teeth in the rules to punish?
So it affects any minor under the age of 18. So you cannot open a social media account without your parents' permission until you turn 18. And so, yeah, there's no provisions in it for fines or anything like that, but it does open it up to courts. So a parent can take a social media company to court with this law and sue them.
And of course, when we think about social media and young people and them getting online here, what can be done if there are already people under 18? Are they grandfathered in? What?
Well, first of all, it's only for new social media accounts. Secondly, it already does this. Whenever
so you can have like a 10-year-old who's running free.
Absolutely. I mean, well, first of all,
suckers.
Let me back up and say that up until this moment, the age was 13. So all the terms of services for all of the social media platforms say 13 and under, and there's a federal law called COPA that governs that and has said that you have to be 13 or older to open an account.
Doesn't federal law supersede state law?
Well, usually it can, but it depends. Some of them live side by side. So this is sort of a trend, I guess you could say, because California also passed some laws about digital privacy, not necessarily children in this case, but digital privacy. So I think these bigger states are starting to try to pass these laws to kind of, you know, stick it to the big social media platforms and say, you know, pay attention to us. And there's also two laws going through both the House and the Senate in the federal government right now. It's in committee, so it hasn't gone very far, but it's exactly kind of the same thing. They're trying to expand it to 17. But it's not going to work. I'm going to tell you that.
All right. Angela and Jay, let's hear from you guys as parents out there.
I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I've got 2 kids. My daughter's 18 now, so she's not grandfathered in, so she would get hers either way. But I didn't even know that she had social media when she had social media. So as a parent, I would love to be able to say, okay, you know, here's the parameters around what we're doing on social media. You know, here's the hours, here's the type of content that you need to be looking at, so forth, so on. But I think this should have been from the onset of social media.
And when you learned she had social media, were you nervous about going to finally view her page? Like, let me see what she's posting.
I never have.
Oh, you
I never have. I'm on that, you know, as long as you don't mess it up, like we have great trust, you know, we're in the circle of trust. You know what I mean? And so she's not really active on it. I think she said she posted maybe once a year, and then she might do something on her stories.
Once. All right, on from that rare Angela Vidal.
I didn't say I believed it. I didn't say I believed it.
I'm with you 100% on that. Rare.
You know, I'm with Jay on this one. I think that this should have been from the get-go. Like, I don't understand how, you know, we were even allowing 13-year-olds to open up accounts to begin with. And it's true, you know, like, I thought that we had one that I was monitoring, and then come to find out my kids each had their own TikTok accounts that I didn't know about. My daughter had an Instagram account that I didn't know about. And it was hurtful, you know, and I actually found out that I was blocked on her Instagram account. And then her dad was following her, and I was like, oh, no.
Dad's cool, mom's not.
You got the burner. You got the burner.
Yeah, so
but,
no.
I mean, how would you even stop or police kids?
Yeah.
Like, there's no teeth here.
No, there's no teeth. And here's the real problem with this that I see. Even if you try to do this as a parent, this puts all of the pressure on you as a parent.
Yeah.
Even though they've passed this law, it still puts the pressure on the parent to take that on. So I'm really concerned about that, because I feel like in the end, parents have so much to deal with as it is. So for example, Google, back in the day, I put my kids on this, and we had Google Home on all of their phones, and I had full control of everything. So Google they already do have some of these tools, but how many parents knew about that?
Right.
Here you guys are telling me you didn't even know. And so I think there's an education problem here, too.
Suckers.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us here on The Fact. Factor on